We are live. 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 Let me get this live stream going on this YouTube or on this Facebook. I meant. Let me get this going live on here. My people, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm on here with my Facebook family. I'm on here with my YouTube family. And I'm getting this all set up. Trying to do this by myself. as a one-man show, a one-man band right now. Trying to get this together. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Happy President's Day, I guess it is. What an all-star weekend, right? So there's a few things I want to discuss, a few things I want to hit on. Some a bit more serious than others, some just kind of my opinions, I guess my opinion on how the weekend was for this NBA All-Star weekend and some other things. So, NBA All-Star Weekend, there has been actually a lot of, I don't want to say, I guess I will say controversy, opinions. Some people have issues with how it transpired. Some people have issues with the competitive nature of the actual All-Star game. There was, for the first time in history, 50 points by a team scored per quarter. So I think the East ended up winning like 212 to 186. So there was just about 400 point score. So it was not that competitive. And I think Adam Silver, who was the NBA's commissioner, was working, and his goal and his hope and desire was for the game to become more competitive, right? Like how it used to, when you had your Kobe's in it, your MJs, your Magic Johnsons, all of your legends who were playing in this game, who it actually meant something to. And I think people's complaint is like, these guys will play harder in summer ball. These guys will play harder, off-season stuff. But then when it comes to this All-Star game, a chance for the fans to come and see the top players in the world, we don't get no type of competitiveness. There's no defense. There's nothing taking place until maybe the last few minutes. I remember I saw a clip today of the 2020 NBA All-Star game. And I think that the score to win it was like 159 or something like that. 159 maybe. So the first team to get the 159 wins the game. And it was crazy. Like the last 5 minutes, it was crazy. Because you had guys who were actually out there trying to win. You had guys who were actually out there competing. You had guys actually out there playing defense. So it was different. It was competitive. It was intense. You had LeBron out there carrying, carrying his team, doing what he's doing. You had James Harden out there trying to boogie on people on the wing. You had Giannis, who of course is going to bring the effort, right? So, and that was in 2020. So that would have been 19, that season of 2019 going into 20. So essentially, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago? And even with the Pro Bowl, I've been hearing people complain about the Pro Bowl, which is for like the NFL players. I don't watch it anymore. The last Pro Bowl I might have watched might have been, I had to have been really young. I remember me and my dad sitting at his house talking about it, and he was asking me about the different positions. Do you know what this position is? Do you know what this position is? You know what it means when they say 1st and 10? You know what it means when they say 3rd and 5? But how it's essentially turned into like touch football. Essentially, it's like flag football, right? Like you catch the ball, you run a little bit, I touch you, you stop. And so, of course, the pundits, of course, the reporters, the sports uh, broadcasters, the guys who are giving the analysis, the guys who are on the first takes and the undisputeds and all of those shows, of course, those individuals are um, getting a bit frustrated because they believe that the integrity of the game is being compromised, that the integrity of the sport, that these guys are getting their checks, they're getting their money for being in an all-star game, they're getting their checks for being a part of the regular season, their regular teams. But then when it comes to all-star game, they're not taking it serious. There's no type of competitive nature. There's nothing serious behind it. And they're like, why did that leave? They're like, we tried to give you guys more power as players through collective bargaining, through the NBA Players Association, through all these different agreements. We tried to give you more empowerment. We wanted to empower the players, but it's like at what expense? At this point, it's like you guys are just doing whatever you want to do. There's guys who still do the whole load management thing. If you follow sports, even remotely, you've heard the word load management before, which may have began with Greg Popovich, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. When Coach Popovich, I think he might have just kind of been like, hey, I'm gonna rest my guys. We're calling it load management. These guys may play shorter minutes these games. Some days these guys may not even play at all. And so I think more of the NBA has adopted that, which fans are also unhappy about. Say you have a father. He saved up, a lot of money, works really hard, maybe picked up another job, maybe it's his life savings that he has spent on these tickets for him and his sons, maybe his wife, but he takes his boy to the game, and they're expecting to see the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Los Angeles Clippers. They want to see superstars. They want to see Paul George play. They want to see Kawhi Leonard play. They want to see Russell Westbrook play. We know Russ is going to play. He doesn't sit games out. They want to see Anthony Davis play. They want to see LeBron play. They want to see the cream of the crop. They want to see the big names, the superstars. However, they come to the game only to find out, drum roll please, that these individuals are not playing, that these individuals are choosing to sit the game out, and that they're saying, I need to rest tonight. So fans have been complaining, sports pundits have been complaining, reporters have been complaining, and if it's affecting the bottom line, of course, owners are going to eventually get involved and begin complaining, and I believe the commissioner. I don't know. I haven't done too much research on this, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I know all the details about everything that's going on with it. But I do believe that because of the load management on top of this non-competitive all-star environment. Whoa. I will say this, because I didn't actually watch the entire weekend. So I'll be honest. I didn't watch the entire weekend. I just don't care that much about it anymore. I remember when I was younger, I used to actually care. I was excited. I would, me and my mom, I live with my mom, so we would, be having the games on the different TVs and talking about it and watching it from Friday through Sunday, starting with the Celebrity All-Star games and the skills challenges. Then you move towards Saturday night, where, of course, you have your dunk contest, you have your three-point shootouts, and then it was that game where you got to see these guys, LeBron, you got to see Kobe, you got to see D-Wade, you had to see Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, the cream of the crop, the Chris Pauls, the top players in the world, the Blake Griffins at the time, doing all these freakishly athletic dunks. It was something to look forward to for me. At this point in my life, 28 years old, not something I look forward to. I really don't care about it. But I did hear, I say all that to say I did hear that three-point shooting contest with, I don't know how to pronounce her name. That's how you know I wasn't really tapped in. Unosho, the lady who shot against Steph Curry, or almost beat Steph, who lost 26-29. I heard that was pretty exciting. The Celebrity All-Star game, which Micah Parsons won MVP in Friday night. He was on Stephen A. Smith's team, so Stephen A. was coaching the team. Brother Shannon Sharp was coaching another team. Micah was on Shannon Sharp's team. He wasn't on Stephen A.'s team. But he won MVP. He's a NFL linebacker, plays for the Dallas Cowboys, jacked, 250 pounds, 6'2", whatever. He won MVP, running up and down the court, balling. I think that was pretty exciting. But the dunk contest, people trying to clown Jaylen Brown, I guess, for some of his dunk tips, saying that they weren't creative enough, there wasn't enough flash, there wasn't really anything to them. I believe he jumped over this little guy who was sitting down named Kai Sinnett. Kai Sinnett. I don't really know too much about the guy. I think he's a streamer or something like that. But I guess he jumped over him sitting down, which was very underwhelming. So the dunk contest, I believe it's lost a lot of the stars who wanted to be in it as well. You know, people have wanted Bron to participate in dunk contests. People have wanted to see LeBron do dunk contests for years. Bron will not do it though. But I believe in years prior, back in the day, the guys who were also part of the All-Star game were like, there's no question that I'm going to be in this dunk contest. Dominique Wilkins, Kobe Bryant, MJ, you know what I'm saying? Where these guys are like, this is a priority. Vince Carter, and they put on an absolute show. So I believe a lot of the big names, stars, are not really checking for it. They're not really trying to do it. Not sure why. But I believe Mac McClung won 2 times in a row. Last dunk contest, he won this dunk contest as well. But I believe it's just losing its juice. I don't know. It's nothing for me that I really get excited about. I could go without it. I actually like the NBA in-season tournament idea, which the Lakers won the very first one, the inaugural tournament this season, which I thought was pretty exciting. But as it pertains to NBA All-Star Weekend, I could care less. The game, I mean, I sat there. I watched it on and off. You know, I think I had my laptop out, was eating some food, just sitting there chilling, just because it was something to do. It wasn't too exciting. I mean, Dame was hitting crazy shots. Seemed like he was trying to go for the MVP. Seemed like Halliburton was trying to go for the MVP as well. It just wasn't really that exciting. I mean, it got out of hand. By the time it was halftime, I mean, I think the East was probably up by maybe 15, and then as the game went on, just kind of got a little bit out of hand. They were popping. They were hitting those threes. They were hitting shots. They were hitting threes. But yeah, it just was not. It is not for me something that I really get excited nor care about. Me personally, I believe maybe incentivizing the game even more would maybe make a change, maybe not. I saw somebody put something on Twitter like if they did like a one-on-one king of the court type event at the NBA All-Star game, that would be super fire. That would be super hard. If they added a one-on-one king of the court type game to the NBA All-Star weekend, that would be fire. That'd be fire. That'd be fire. You get your Kyries in there. Who else would be dope? Who else would be dope? One-on-one. I think Kai would be dope. I think Kawhi would be hard to stop. One-on-one. Let me think. Kawhi, Kyrie. I think Paul George would be hard in it. He'd be hard to stop. Jamal Murray would be a good person to have in it. Maybe do one for guards and maybe do one for bigs. Like maybe split it up. I think that would be pretty cool. But overall, I heard it was very underwhelming for the fans who watched and who stayed up and who attended and who wanted to be at the game. We're going to switch subjects because this is crazy. This Airbnb host who sent her guest's wife an image of him with another woman in a scheme to extort him. I'm going to read what I have pulled up here. It says, after an Airbnb guest wrote a less than glowing review of his stay at a Tennessee rental, the superhost lashed out and attempted to extort him by emailing his wife a photo of him with another woman. In the lawsuit, Sean Mackey is suing Airbnb and superhost Pamela Fowler. Mackey accused Fowler and Airbnb of invading his privacy, inflicting on him emotional distress, and causing damage to his marriage. The plaintiff's marriage has suffered as a result. Yeah, you think? It said, adding that the incident caused Mackey extreme emotional distress, public humiliation, and mental anguish. According to the lawsuit, Mackey booked a 2-night stay at Fowler's A Little Bit More Country Airbnb in Memphis, Tennessee in July 2022 for a September stay. During the arrangement of his stay, Mackey told Fowler that he would be in town to visit a friend and that he may invite them over for dinner. Emails included in court filing. Very low key, Mackey told Fowler. Please let me know if there are any concerns. That sounds like a lovely time, Fowler replied. I would be delighted to host you all. Ooh, listen to this price. The home, which Mackey was renting for $567 a night, could accommodate up to 12 guests, the lawsuit said. In the lawsuit, Mackey noted that he thought it was odd that Fowler wanted a full list of guests at the home, even if they weren't going to stay overnight. Are they allowed to do that? If anybody who's an Airbnb host, if you watch this, are you allowed to do that? Can you request a full list of the guest names who were going to be staying? I don't know. She also had a list of rules, including no smoking or vaping, no excessive noise, no guests from the local area, no parking in front of the garage doors or on the right side of the driveway. No glass, food, drinks, or urinating in a pool. And no skinny dipping. Please don't skinny dip. The superhost also warned that there would be a $500 fine at our sole discretion if police were called to the property for any reason, and a $250 fine plus cancellation of the stay for arriving with additional guests. Dang. Hello, Sean. We will be able to accommodate a max of 8 guests. This is due to city restrictions and capacity at our home. I apologize, we had not discussed the guest count tripling. Each guest does have to be put on Airbnb and accounted for per Airbnb rules and insurance requirements. Okay, there's a cost to each guest, even if they do that spend the night. I should also remind you that there's a strict no party rule. Thank you for understanding. This reads, I'd rather watch a basketball game in the. Yeah, I feel you. I'd rather watch a basketball game in the Euro League or the German League or the Spanish League than the NBA All-Star game because it's not basketball. I feel you on that. I agree with that. I get that. So back to this craziness with this Airbnb host and this guest. Hello, Sean. I'm asking you to either add the extra guest now or have them leave immediately. She wrote, according to the suit, we have also gotten complaints of disturbances, yelling, and profanity in the parking area. Our home is in a quiet neighborhood, and we need to maintain that. I am very sorry, but you have violated the no party rule, disturbed my neighbors by cursing, yelling in the parking lot, and have Ooh. So this has gotten extremely, extremely, extremely messy, apparently. This says he booked this stay back in September. I'm not sure how this is news now. Oh, he booked this stay back in September for a recent stay. Okay. Well, I mean, brother, first of all, an image from a security video shows Airbnb guest Sean Mackey to the right with a woman who was not his wife after 3 a.m. Do y'all think that was foul? Do you think that that's crossing boundaries? Let me ask you this. Do you think that that's crossing boundaries for the host, the Airbnb host, to take a screenshot of the camera, which had him walking in the house, I guess early in the morning with this individual who I don't know if they were, in a relationship, if this is his mistress, if it's a friend, who knows what was going on, but do you believe that that was a little bit foul for her to do that? I don't know. I don't condone it. I don't condone it at all. Seems like the brother, now I'm just saying this, I'm being serious. It seems like the brother was trying to, I guess, hide it, trying to be a little slick with it by getting the Airbnb. He probably didn't assume that the host would be getting involved in his marital affairs. But I believe what ended up happening was she wanted him to pay some money, and Yeah, see, it says they sent him a bill for $960, which reportedly included an additional guest fine of $160, two separate $250 fines for breaking rules against local guests, and an excessive noise, and a $300 for moderation of your review. After Mackey refused to pay the late fee, Jesus, this is messy. Fowler retaliated by emailing the illicit photo to his wife with the subject line, "Nice bag." It says in the body of the message, Fowler wrote, "I love your bag. Where'd you get it?" Jesus Christ. Mackey claims that his marriage has suffered as a result of Fowler's harassment. He also claims Airbnb did not defend him in the matter. Ooh, Lord Jesus. All you got to do is live as a human being, and there will be drama, there will be drama, there will be drama. Have you ever visited Europe and been to a European basketball game, and a crowd in Europe is crazy? I've never been. I've seen video, of course. I've seen footage, but I have never personally been. I'm sure those games are insane. I wonder what the main difference between the fans is. I wonder, does it feel more like a how can I say this? I know they're turned up. I know they're going to be loud. I know they're going to be cheering for their team. Is it more of a community feel? You know what over there in Europe, as opposed to being here with our Americanized games, specifically basketball? Does it feel more communal with the support and love and the rooting and cheering by those teams? Is it more communal? I would love to know what are some of those specific differences. I don't think you highlighted them. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm almost like I'd maybe go to All-Star Weekend for the festivities, you know what I mean? The allure of the weekend, maybe the other stuff to do in the area that the NBA is putting on. But as far as being there for Sunday night's game, nah, 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 nope. I believe the next 2 years are going to be in California. I thought I heard Shannon Sharp tell Ocho Cinco that the next two NBA All-Stars are going to be, I think, in California. Maybe one in Golden State. I believe one of them is going to be at the new arena for the Clippers. But yeah, that's crazy. I'd go. I'd do like a bros trip or something like that. I'd go on a trip. You know what I mean? To like All-Star Weekend. Probably more for everything else that's going on than the actual events. I mean, I don't even know. Do they still do? I think they do. They still do like the rookie sophomore type challenge. You know, like the rising stars versus the first year guys versus like the second year guys. I like that. Now that used to be pretty cool to watch. The skills challenge. I don't know if they even still do the skills challenge anymore. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't keep up. I don't know. Those things will be probably interesting. 3-point context, that'll probably be interesting. Dunk contest, not too interested. I want to talk to some of my people who would maybe be interested in starting a business. If you notice, in the title of the video, it is Start Your Business Now. And that's not saying that I want or that I believe that everyone should start a business. Not start a business, but start a business. Excuse me. That's not saying that at all. However, what it is saying is that those who have been sitting, those who have been visioning, those who have been dreaming about getting that business started, those who have been believing and planning and wanting to get the business started, I believe that it's time for you to take action. I'm saying put some goals behind what it is that you want to do. You know, I can just talk to you guys straight up. I know people who year after year after year I want to get into business, or I want to start this business. I have this plan, I have this idea, yet nothing comes from it. And I said this the other day, it's not that you don't have good plans, it's that you have too many. It's that you're all over the place. It's that it's very difficult for you to weed all that down and get straight to the nitty gritty of what it is that you want to do. I remember in 2014, so I had just graduated high school. This is 2014, and this is my company, Jameson Consulting Group. This is my company, my consulting company. I remember in 2014 when I graduated, I gave myself no option. I said, you don't really have an option. No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard you have to work, no matter how many hours you put into this, no matter how many no's you get, you are going to make something of yourself. You are going to use your speaking, your voice, your gifts, everything that you believe that God has given you to make a difference. What did that look like? Every single day. Cold calling companies, cold calling schools, cold calling organizations, cold calling summer camps, sending emails. Hi, how are you doing? My name is Nathan Jameson. I'm a young speaker. I would love to come and speak at a workshop for completely free for your organization, for your school, for your summer camp. Every single day. Was I the best? Nope. But I had a plan and I had goals. See, I tell people all the time, setting goals gives you confidence, achieving them. Setting goals gives you direction, achieving them gives you confidence. Setting goals gives you direction, achieving them gives you confidence. And so for my people who are in business, it is going to be a push. It's going to be a push. It's going to be a push. It's going to be a push. There's a quote that I live by that's simple. It's not some super complex quote that's going to make you, your head fall off. You're not going to be spinning in your mind. It says that if you hang around a barbershop long enough, eventually you will get a cut. Meaning if you are in the barbershop long enough, eventually you're going to ask somebody for a cut, or just by being around them, just by being persistent, just by being there, something's going to happen. What that means for you, how does that translate into the BSL, the business standard language? What that means is if you stay the course, if you put in your time, if you get exponentially better year after year after year after year, if you don't waver, if you don't give up, if you have a plan and if you set goals to achieve said plan, that eventually your break will come. And I guess my problem is just when individuals tell me this is what I want to achieve and they don't put any type of work, action, goals, no plan behind it, sometimes you get sick of talking to those people, especially if it's people you love. It's like, talk to me, but just don't talk to me about that. You know what I mean? But it's time. I have people who are interested, who want to get started in business. I left and went completely on my own with this consulting company in 2022. But every year since 2018, before that, or not 2018, but 2014, when I graduated high school, I was always doing something. I was always working at my craft. I told my dude the other day, he's working on going full-time entrepreneurship. I said, bro, every single day you need to be doing something with your dream, with what you want to do, whether it's emails, even if it's just taking pictures outside, if it's volunteering at a local church, a local school, local summer camp. How are you growing and working on your craft? How are you making sure that you're sharp? Because what I would do, I wasn't getting paid yet, but I would just volunteer to speak all the time. So I'm walking in there because I've been given an opportunity to speak, and I'm this young, tatted up black kid from the inner city. Not really much experience, but I had a plan, I was ambitious, and I believed in myself. And see, when you believe in yourself, other people will start believing. Ain't no telling how long that's gonna take, but other people will start to believe. See, it's not enough for you to just have the plan. You gotta have belief. You gotta have fervor. You gotta have the language. When you tell somebody about your dreams and goals, I want you to start saying it confidently. When you tell somebody about that business that you are going to start, I want you to say it confidently so that they can feel your belief just within the conversation. See, belief changes things. Belief is energy. Belief is how you talk, it's how you walk, it's how you carry yourself. See, when they see how focused and driven and on fire for your vision and your dreams you are, they may not in that very moment, but eventually, they're gonna be like, okay, this person is serious. And possibly invest in you, possibly give you an opportunity, possibly begin believing themselves. Some folk will, some folk won't. But your belief, the plan, the action, you have to have all of those things when you're getting your company off the ground, when you're growing a product or a service. Learning the systems of the different companies, organizations, entities that you're working with. When do they get their grant monies, and when are they choosing their contractors, and how are they choosing speakers, and when do they choose speakers? What's their process like? Who are their decision makers? Those are the questions that Nate has to ask himself every single week, every single day, every single year. See, I think the scariest thing about starting a business is believing in something that isn't tangible. Believing and telling people, yeah, I want to start this company that has this product, that has this service. Yeah, I want to start this company that does this. Yeah, I want to start this company and work with these organizations. When you don't have those things, you're simply telling them your belief. You're telling them your dream. You're telling them something that you want to come to pass. The hardest thing to do is keep believing even when that thing hasn't come to pass yet. I'm gonna say it again. The hardest thing to do is to continue believing in your dreams and your goals and your business and your company and your product and your service when you're telling people things that you want to accomplish but they have not accomplished yet. Right? When you tell somebody something and you see them kind of snicker or kind of look at you funny, they kind of laugh like, oh, okay, you want to work with colleges? Okay. Okay, you want to have 16 contracts at once? Gotcha. Okay, you want to work with professional athletes? You want to train professional athletes? Okay. That's difficult. When I'm voicing and telling, this is what I want to come to pass. This is what I believe is going to come to pass for me professionally, for me in my business life, for my life in general, but it has not come to pass yet. But that's what I believe, that's what I know, and more importantly, that's what I expect. Telling somebody that is not an easy thing to do, especially when you want this person to begin believing in your dreams, just like you. This is why we have to be selective about who we tell what we want to do in the future to. But that's a whole nother story. For my people who want to get into business, for my people who want to have a company, for my people who want to have a product or a service, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. See, I remember this is what's going to help you not give up. I remember in 2014, 2015, when I first got started in speaking, I wrote out a vision statement on what it is that I wanted to accomplish in the future. I said, okay, these are the principles as to why I'm doing my speaking, because I want to help children all across the country, because I want to use my voices and my efforts to improve communities, because I want to inspire and improve the lives of other people. See, when I wrote that out, it gave me something to work towards. Start writing out these things, because when you feel like giving up, you can refer back to why it is that you started. You can refer back to your vision statement. You can refer back to why I'm doing what I'm doing. You can refer back to the pictures of where you used to be and where you're at now. So that's my charge to anybody watching this video, and I'm going to wrap it up here. That's my charge to anyone who is watching this video. In those moments where you are depressed, in those moments where you're sad, in those moments where you feel like giving up, in those moments when you feel weary, what I want you to do is to look back at why you started. Look back at why you started your business. Look back at why you created that product or created that service. Look back at where you were 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. For some of you, 30 plus years ago. Look back and remember why it is that you started what you started. And use that as the fuel, as the motivation for you to keep going. I look back and I remember being a young kid, 18, 19 years old, and I wrote in my notebooks my vision statements and what I wanted to accomplish. And in moments where I feel like giving up, I remember the words and the feelings and the pain and the desire and the fervor when I was writing those words down. And that's why I keep going. Think back on where you were when you first began, when you first started your business, when you first launched that thing, when you first created that LLC, when you first registered, when you got your first EIN. Think back at your why. Why did I do this in the first place? Why did I take out $5,000 and put it into this business? Why did I leave my corporate job to start this company? Why did I do those things? Why did I want to help so many people? Why did I want to help the underserved communities? Why did I want to work with doctors and nurses and lawyers? Why did you do those things? Why was that a desire of yours? If you can answer that question, then you can use that as fuel to help you keep going. It ain't easy. It won't be easy. Remember where you were when you found out your why. Why you're starting your business, why you created that product, why you created a service, and why you wanted it, and why you took that risk to make it a reality. Folk, if you have not already, tap in with me on Instagram, Nate Jameson Speaks. Tap in with me on Twitter at Speak Nate Speak. Tap in with me on Facebook, Nate Jameson, my website, Jameson Consulting Group, LLC.com. YouTube, if you slide on my YouTube, go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. I will be more consistent here coming up with getting content out to you all. If you need a speaker, if you need somebody to provide youth programming, staff development, public speaking training, PD, any of those things, you can check me out on my website. You can see my work, or we can chat. Shoot me an email at info@jamesonconsultinggroup.com, and we can chat. My people, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Be blessed.